Chicago, the one-time infinite gap between the top 3 teams and the rest of the league closed at lightning speed. As underdogs, Shook One Gaming and Stormbenchers knocked off second-ranked Straight Rippin' and third-ranked Team Carbon early. But for Shook One Gaming, the thrill of victory would be short-lived. For Stormbenchers, their magical run would continue all the way to the finals, where they faced MLG powerhouse Final Boss. In the finals, Stormbenchers shocked everyone.
Yes! Yes!
Taking 4 games from the champs. But in the end, it wasn't enough.
Oh!
As Final Boss took the match and the Chicago crown, the win kept Final Boss undefeated and 1 victory away from a perfect regular season. The Boost Mobile MLG Pro Circuit rolls on to Orlando, Florida for the season finale. Rosters must be locked, and after subpar performances by Straight Rippin' and Team Carbon, they roll into town with new teammates. Plus, he's dominated the free-for-all tournament. MLG star Karma shows us around his home turf.
Show me the way. Only the strongest will survive. Lead me to heaven when we die. I am a shadow on the wall. I'll be the one to save us all.
MLG flies south. Check out the fans that have come to town to support their favorite team. With the playoffs only a week away, no doubt fans are doing anything they can to get their team's opponents off their game.
Welcome aboard, everybody. I'm Ben Holderness, and we are into crunch time in the MLG Pro Circuit because this is the final week of the regular season. And by the time we're done here in Orlando, all the seeds will be set for the upcoming playoffs in New York City. Now, one team making a meteoric rise in the ranking, Stormbenchers, after knocking off Carbon and a nail-biter in the semifinals, then nearly upsetting Final Boss in the championship game. As always, we are joined by our gaming guru, Sundance DiGiovanni. And Sundance, where do these guys come from, Stormbenchers?
Well, Stormbenchers is a new name to some people, but you've been following the circuit, you'll see that they've been climbing their way up every week. These guys are great individual players, and they've been playing really well together. And what they showed is if you stay focused on the task at hand, which is knocking Final Boss off, you can give them a run for their money. We knew somebody was going to do it. We just didn't expect it to be Stormbenchers.
If you're Final Boss and you've been invincible this entire regular season and you get tested against Stormbenchers, are you getting a little shaky?
Well, not that they would ever admit it, but I bet you they prepared a little bit better for this event than they did for Chicago.
Stormbenchers the big story last week, but what's happened since then has been even a bigger story as 2 of the top 3 teams, Straight Rippin' and Carbon, both made major roster changes.
Despite finishing top 3 all season, Carbon has expected more. After losing to Stormbenchers last week, Carbon decided to drop strong side for another top player, Ghosty Yami.
After Chicago, we felt as a team that we needed to drop strong side because he wasn't performing up to par. We wanted to compete for first place.
It's really hard to drop a friend. It's just a hard decision no matter what you do, and but we had to make it.
Being on Team Carbon, I just feel ecstatic. Every single person on Team Carbon I look up to.
I think Ghost brings a lot of energy and support to the team. I'd say Ghost is easily one of the top 8 players. He's a game changer.
It's ridiculous. I'm used to watching them, like envying them just like every other person here.
For Straight Rippin', however, the decision to replace Defy with Captain Anarchy wasn't up to the team. Rather, it was the choice of Defy himself.
Well, we didn't exactly drop Defy. Defy left our team.
When you have someone who doesn't want to be on your team or is thinking about leaving, that's obviously what was going wrong with our team the last 2 tournaments.
Now that we have our new teammate, Captain Anarchy, we're really excited. I think we're going to do well. We're going to be back to our top form.
Anarchy is the best fit for our team. Anarchy plays the same role as Defy, but he's way more aggressive than Defy.
I hate breaking teams up, but now I was on a better team, and like with better and more opportunities to play.
We sort of think of it as a new beginning, and we're just focused on this tournament and Anarchy.
One quick thing about Defy and Strongside Pen,
These guys are exceptional players. Now, don't think that because they've moved on that these guys can't play. I mean, honestly, any team out there would love to have them on their squad. Unfortunately, teams aren't going to have the luxury of approaching them because they've moved on to form their own new team, Team Legends.
Let's break down how the MLG Pro Circuit works. Every MLG tournament is double elimination, so you lose once, you fall from the winner's bracket to the loser's bracket, you lose twice, and you go home. At the end of each tournament, teams receive points according to how they place. Then at the end of the season, all the points are added up, and that will determine the all-important seeding for the playoffs in New York City. After the playoffs, only 8 teams will head to Vegas to fight for the right to be called the MLG National Champion. The season point standings are as follows. Final Boss is perfect. They got 8,000. But we're getting tight in the race for number 2. Straight Rippin' 5,240, Carbon 5,185 in third. Look at Legends. They've never played a game together, but because their individuals have had so much success on other teams, they have a high point total. They're in 4th place now in the point standings. The battle for the Orlando crown has been raging for 3 days now, and as the regular season comes to a close, it does so with the most exciting and surprising tournament of the 2006 season. So, what's the surprise? Entering the tournament, many fans wondered if Storm Ventures could continue their meteoric rise to the top. However, in round 4, the rematch of the Chicago Finals was hardly a match at all. For 3 straight games, Final Boss pummeled Storm Ventures, enacting some nasty revenge and sweeping the series. The win pushed Final Boss into the winner's bracket final and put them in prime position to complete an undefeated season. As for Straight Rippin' and Team Carbon, both teams have been trying to topple Final Boss all year. And with new teammates, questions abounded as to which team made the right choice.
Card 3! On Chris now.
Would it be Team Carbon with their new addition, Ghostiyami? Or Straight Rippin' and their pickup, Captain Anarchy? Well, when they met in round 4, it was time to find out which new player would make the biggest impact. In Game 1, Carbon showed everyone why they made the perfect choice as Ghost led them to victory.
Nice. Chill.
Then in Games 2 and 3, Carbon put the entire league on notice as they completely embarrassed Straight Rippin'. The 3-0 sweep let everyone know that the new Team Carbon was one to be reckoned with. And as they entered the winter bracket finals against Final Boss, it was clear they were confident they could challenge the champs. Coming up, Team Carbon attempts to do what no one's been able to do all season.
I need you twice.
If we make the championships in Orlando, we will beat Final Boss.
The Boost Mobile Major League Gaming Pro Circuit. Powered by Xbox.
We'll do whatever it takes to win. I mean, no one's ever bringing us to a final game or knocked us to the loser's bracket. It's kind of clear.
This is the most confident I've ever come into a tournament, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I think we have a chance of beating Final Boss this tournament, and that's what we're gonna aim for.
We're here to win, destroy every team, make sure no one thinks they have a chance.
They're gonna get real cocky in the games, and then we're gonna pull out something new.
This week we're prepared.
We're ready to play in this tournament.
We will not get beat this season, no doubt in my mind.
The Week 5 Winners Bracket Finals was a clash of the Titans, Final Boss and Team Carbon. They each entered the match with a ton of confidence.
Let's do it, come on.
But it was Carbon who opened the series, destroying. They dominated Final Boss, winning the first game 5 flag caps to 1.
Flag captured.
In Game 2, Final Boss showed why they are the world champions. With control of the map and the power weapons, Final Boss stood strong.
Keep coming after me, baby!
While Carbon struggled to penetrate their defense. Ogre 2 led his team to victory and swung the momentum back in Final Boss's favor.
You guys gotta stay alive.
Determined to overpower Carbon, Final Boss jumped out to a huge lead in Game 3.
Get out of here!
But the Young Guns did not back down.
Let's get this ball, guys.
With less than 30 seconds in the game and down by 18 seconds, Ghostiyami's enormous triple kill allowed Shockwave to grab the ball.
Ball taken.
Hold him up, guys, hold him up. 17 seconds.
And hold on to a 1-second victory.
Two down. Snipe. Two down. Push. Nice save, nice.
Game 4, the pressure and intensity rose to new levels as the two teams battled it out in an epic game.
Show me the way. Only the strongest will survive. Lead me to heaven when we die. I am a shadow on the road. I'll be the one to save us all.
Final Boss, for the first time ever, showed signs of panic.
Get out of here with your lucky spawn.
And Carbon, sensing an upset,
Yes. Nice.
elevated their game. Moments into sudden death overtime, Gandhi took control.
All right, let's start doing this.
He sniped Saiyan and Ogre 1 for the double kill, grabbed his team's flag, and ran it the length of the map.
Oh my God! Gandhi!
Karma scored the flag to finish the game. And Carbon celebrated their victory as Final Boss showed their disappointment in their first defeat of the season.
They've never been beaten. Right now, we just beat them for the first time. We sent them to the losers bracket. I'm so psyched. I can't even explain how happy I am right now.
We just know we gotta come back. We gotta win like 5 games to their 3, so it's doable. We're gonna come back. We got this.
Following their first loss of the season, Final Boss was sent to the losers bracket finals, and they were ornery. They absolutely pummeled Straight Rippin' 3-0, and that win set up the most anticipated rematch of the tournament. Final Boss versus Carbon in the championship. Entering the championship 3-1 in the extended series, Walshy and Final Boss needed a comeback. On the other side, Carbon was loose.
I'm confident on this side, bro.
And that's exactly what their captain wants. Shockwave likes a team that's relaxed and confident.
Straight, and we got Ben.
Team Carbon hasn't placed lower than 3rd on the MLG circuit this season, and the young team can attribute much of their success to their team leader and captain, Chris Smith, aka Shockwave. His innovative game strategy,
Not dropping the green and take it over from that way.
clutch objective skill,
Ball taken.
and never say die attitude
Come on, guys. Let's do it.
makes him one of the most feared and respected Halo 2 players on the MLG circuit today.
The key person to stop for their team is probably Shockwave. His shooting is really good, his sniping is really good, and his teamwork is exceptionally good.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Basically, what makes Shockwave so incredible is his intelligence. He just has a very good knowledge of the game.
He's incredibly smart, plus he's got the skill behind him.
He honestly can do what he wants when he wants.
He gets so many kills a game and does everything else for his team. I personally think he's the best player in the circuit.
Kill-tacular.
At the start of the championship match, Shockwave and Team Carbon had a 2-game advantage over the champs. They were now playing as the red team, while Final Boss was playing as the blue team. Needing a win to get back in the match, Final Boss jumped out to an early lead in Game 1 of the championship.
Nice.
But this was Gandhi's game.
OS. Get it. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
What?
His amazing triple kill sparked a Carbon run.
Settle down. Oh my God.
Gandhi finished with 18 kills, and Carbon blew out Final Boss 50-38. In Game 2, Shockwave picked up right where Gandhi left off, and Carbon jumped out to an early 3-1 lead in Capture the Flag mid-shift.
Yeah.
But Final Boss didn't give up.
Let's go.
They clawed their way back to a 4-3 lead.
Tied the leader. Game 3. No. We gotta start killing.
Shockwave's amazing kill-tacular cleared the way for Carbon to tie the game.
Yes!
But Ogre 2 came up with a huge flag save.
What?
With renewed confidence,
We're not losing!
Final Boss went on to score the final flag cap and won the second game to keep their championship hopes alive.
Two more.
Final Boss's championship unbeaten streak is now in jeopardy.
We're not losing!
But they're not out of it yet. When we come back, the championship match continues with Game 3. We are locked and loaded here on the main stage. The championship match between Final Boss and Carbon. First team to 6 takes home the title. And right now, Carbon's got the inside track. They lead this 4-2. And Final Boss has to play catch up.
When you're behind in a match, it's not really changing strats. That's the key. It's changing momentum. If you get in the mindset that you're down with time running out, that's not good. And you just need to get pumped up and just be like, yeah, we can come back. We can do this.
So Sundance, can they do this?
Well, yeah, I mean, Final Boss, if they stick their game plan, is nearly unbeatable on this map. You've got Sane and Walshy out there drawing out fire, drawing the other team out, while the Ogres are sitting up there finishing off kills. If they stick to that, I think they'll be in great shape. But if Carbon can apply pressure, which is their game plan against Final Boss, watch for them to succeed here. They just have to constantly keep that pressure on in order to break through those defenses.
Carbon is 2 games away from a monumental upset. And Game 3 of the championship match is Team Slayer on the map Warlock. Now, the objective of Team Slayer, well, it's to kill. First team to reach 50 gets the win. Now, there are no power weapons on Warlock. However, there is one power-up. It's the camouflage, which provides 45 seconds of invisibility and is located up at the top middle of the map. There are also 4 teleportals, which transport players from one side of the map to the other. Both teams know these teleportals, and controlling them is crucial to getting the win.
Portals are very important on Warlock. That's where we're basically trying to control, because you can go back and forth helping your teammates. Sometimes we hide people next to the portal. Someone port through and you can just kill them right away with assassination. And also, as soon as you start to get injured, you can port through, and unless the team has really good teamwork, they're not really going to be able to finish that kill.
In this match, Team Carbon is the red team. Final Boss is decked in blue. And here we go. We're on board with Shockwave at the base of the yellow ramp.
Bottom middle, one shot, Ogre 2.
Now watch for teams again to try and camp out next to those portals using the walls for cover. It's a great place to be when you're injured or trying to finish off a kill while somebody else is coming through. You can get a quick assassination.
By the port now, he's hiding. There's a lot of spots, a lot of crannies and nooks near the port where you can be safe.
Yep, there are also some grenades back there, so it's a good place to go and replenish your grenade supply as well.
Carbon's now up 5-3 in this one, putting some fire on Sand. You'll see a lot of people assisting in kills in this map because there's no power weapons.
This map is all about team shooting, finishing off your teammates' kills. If you can do a good job of that, you can get off to a lead usually, so watch for the Ogres especially to be finishing off some kills.
Speaking of which, let's climb on board with Ogre 1. Carbon with a 6-4 lead. And Ogre 1 is sneaking toward the camo, and he's got it.
Yep, this allows you to move around flank sometimes. You're unseen unless you shoot.
Wow, it didn't last long.
Now, as soon as Ogre got that, Carbon turned their attention to him, knowing how much of a danger he could be to their team, so took care of it right away.
Carbon up 11-5 now. We saw Ogre 1 respawning under blue, and he's making his way back by the portal, a familiar sight hanging out here.
Again, you've got some safety security. Oh!
Melees and BR's Gandhi, Final Boss, trying to make a comeback here.
Now, again, that safety coming into play, letting his shields come back, grabbing some grenades.
From across the map, he forces down Karma, and then launches a long grenade. No way, is this gonna connect? Yes, it did. It's like a Brett Favre 70-yard bomb from Ogre 1.
That's just knowing the map really well, knowing where somebody's gonna go to hide to let their shields recharge. Great play by Ogre 1 there.
All right, Final Boss now within 1 of Carbon. They've got the ports locked up, and now they're tied.
Tremendous. The strategy working to perfection right here.
Final Boss takes the lead now. Ogre 1 patiently waiting by the portals, putting shots on people like Shockwave.
Again, all about team shooting, all about finishing each other's kills. Right now, they're executing perfectly.
Final Boss up 16-13. Oh, there's a killing spree for Ogre 1. He takes out Karma behind the weeds.
Again, now let's take a look at how Final Boss is set up here. You've got the Ogres and the portals. We talked about that. It's a place to hide, you know, let your shields come back and get some grenades. But now Walshy and Sane are out in the middle distracting. They're keeping Carbon running around because they don't know where they're going to be, so that the Ogres can put shots in people and finish off those kills. Great strategy, working to perfection again.
Meanwhile, 5 kills in a row for Ogre 1. He's on a spree. He's still alive. He's still at the ports, and he just took out Ghost.
He's just doing business as usual here. Nobody's stopping him. Nobody coming to get him out of that portal.
21-15 now, Final Boss with the lead. Important to note that on this Warlock map, Final Boss has never lost.
This map works really well with their overall talent and strategies. You've got 2 of the greatest shooters in the league. You've got 2 objective players who will just give themselves for the team betterment right there. And it's just doing an amazing job.
It's also important to note that this is one of these maps where there's not a lot of power weapons, so you rely a lot more on teamwork, and Final Boss's teamwork is showing up now.
Yeah, on this map, communication is key. Being able to call out the locations of people on ramps, under ramps, next to portals. And Final Boss does that at an amazingly high level.
Ogre 1 taking out Gandhi from across the map, puts shots on him. Ogre 2 cleans that up. It's 25-19. Final Boss now with a 6-kill lead. Here comes Shockwave. Oh, easy assassination by Ogre 1. That's his 7th consecutive kill.
And again, he's just hanging out by the portals there, putting shots on people, retreating when his shields are down. They got to get him out of there.
28-21 now, Final Boss with the lead. Puts shots on Shockwave again. He ports through. You see him moving back and forth between the ports. Perfect nade on Ghost. That's 8 now in a row for Ogre 1.
They just can't get him out of there.
29-21. Gandhi, he's toast. That's 9 in a row. One more, we call it a running riot. He needs one more kill to get one of those. And he takes on Ghost, puts shots on him, can't finish off. Ports behind Karma. Is this 10? Yes, it is.
He charged out from the portal because he felt it coming. He could smell it. He went after Karma. Now look at this. They're all over the map. But again, most of these are coming from by the portals, his position where he's finishing kills. He's only run out of there a few times, and one of them was to get that 10th kill on Karma, because if you can get a running riot, you go for it.
And to get a running riot at Warlock, that's rare.
Yeah.
Climbing on board now with the team captain, Walshy. He's been running around the middle for most of this game. Final Boss leading 34-23.
And now, as you mentioned, he has been running around in the middle for most of the match, but just starting out the portal, moving over to the other side, taking on that role.
He took out Ghost earlier there. Oh, and an assassination right there on Shockwave.
Phenomenal communication, again, using those portals. Assassination, beating somebody down from behind, instant kill. Ports, lets his shields recharge. Walshy playing really smart right here.
41-25 now. Final Boss up by 16. This is a pretty difficult lead to lose, especially when you're on Warlock. It's wide open.
Even though Carbon's an amazing team, this is a huge lead to come back against. They need something big here.
41-27 now. And finally taken out, but good run there by Walshy.
Great job by Walshy. Oh, here we go. This is what we were talking about. Gandhi needing to do something big. They just got the camo. This might be a chance for them to go on a bit of a run.
Put some shots on Ogre 2. It's 43-28. Carbon's within 15, but they got to move quickly if they want to make this comeback. More shots on Ogre 2.
Gandhi now dropping down, knowing that Final Boss is going to look for him up there. Using that camo real well for that assassination.
Assassination, of course, is when you beat down a guy. When his back is turned to you, that's an instant kill if you get him with his back turned to you. It's 45-32. Carbon's got to make something happen fast. Final Boss is 5 kills away from locking this up.
Again, Gandhi moving around here, using that camo, but he's got to find somebody to kill.
And you know Final Boss is turning their attention to the only power weapon that's out there. There's Walshy. Should be an easy kill for Gandhi. What happened there? Turnaround 180 BXR by Walshy.
This classic Walshy just takes him down. Shouldn't have had a shot there. He's recharging, but he rushes out because he sees the kill. Walshy turns around, pulls the BXR. Amazing play by Walshy right there.
That man is known as one of the best short game players on the circuit, and he just proved it right there. Final Boss is close to locking this up. Let's climb on board with Ogre 2, 46-35. Final Boss with the lead. 47 now. Using the ports. It's 48-35, 2 kills away.
They're dominating. They're still sticking to their strategy. They could easily run out and finish this right now, but they're still playing the game that we've been playing it the whole match.
Ogre 1 gets taken down, but only one more kill necessary. Ogre 2 respawns. There's Ghost. Tosses a nade up at him, and he gets Ghost, and that's your
Bank
ball game.
shot. Nicely done right there.
Using the bank, 50-38. That is impressive.
Yeah, I think you got to call that a statement by Final Boss right there. They got set up and they stuck to it. Even when Carbon pushed through, they were able to get themselves back onto those portals, you know, and honestly, they executed perfectly.
Our final play of the game, another look at the bank shot, Sundance.
Yeah, I like this a lot because he drops down here. He knows he's got him up there hurt, leaves a grenade for him, game over. Ogre's just played really, really well that entire game, but this is a nice little play to end it on.
All right, taking a look at the stats now. You saw Ogre 1 going huge. Both of the twins are great. Both of them only 5 deaths. They stayed alive.
That's, on a map like Warlock, that's really impressive. Now, the thing you got to look at for Carbon is, you know, Gandhi was neutral. He had 12 kills, 12 deaths, but nobody went positive.
Our play of the game, what else? The Running Riot.
Ogre 1 doing an amazing job the entire game, but again, 10 kills in a row without dying, that's really impressive, especially against a team like Carbon on a map like Warlock where they know where you're going to be hiding. This was a great, great play by a great player.
Final boss is heating up. No! Can Carbon hang on? What? Or will they crumble under the pressure? Plus, Karma has done it. For the 5th consecutive tournament, Karma takes home the free-for-all championship. This is the first time in MLG history a player has marched through the free-for-all regular season undefeated. Congrats to Karma. Check out more free-for-all action or to see how you can take part in an MLG event, go to MLGpro.com.
Red 2, red 2, red 2.
The weekend started with top teams entering with new teammates, each hoping they were one step closer to beating top seed Final Boss. However, it was Team Carbon who proved that their acquisition, Ghost Yami, was the league's most significant. After thrashing Straight Rippin', Carbon shocked Final Boss in the winner's bracket finals, handing them their first defeat of the season. In the loser's bracket finals,
Man, you're so bad.
Final Boss rediscovered their swagger, sending Straight Rippin' home with a 3-0 victory. The win put them back into the finals for a rematch with Team Carbon.
Nice, nice.
After winning 2 consecutive games, Final Boss is now down only 1. Can they complete the comeback and save their perfect season? Or can the new team, Carbon, do what nobody's been able to do all year long? Beat Final Boss. And welcome back to the Boost Mobile MLG Pro Circuit. Team Carbon is up by 1 game in the Week 5 championship. I'm Penn Holderness, and joining me is MLG guru Sundance Diagiovanni. Sundance, a good look here. Look at that, Gilbert Arenas, Washington Wizards point guard. He's the sponsor now for Final Boss. That's kind of cool.
It's very cool. He's a huge Halo fan. I got to play with him, and you know, it's great to have somebody like this getting involved with the league. He's a tremendous person. Great role model for these kids, actually.
Gilbert has seen his team climb back into this one after spotting Carbon a 4-1 lead, and Sundance Final Boss 2 in a row. They're 1 game away from tying the series. How worried should Carbon be?
Well, they're playing it loose, but I guarantee under the surface they're worried. Final Boss is just far too good to let them go on a roll, and that last game was a statement. Now 1 more, and they're right back in there. So, you know, Shockwave, I'm sure, is worried about how he's going to keep his team together and keep them focused going into this next game.
Carbon's young, and I guess by some reference, more inexperienced than Final Boss. And some of that inexperience is shown. We've seen them fold before when they face adversity.
Yeah, I think there's some more maturity than we've seen in the past. It definitely, you know, Ghost is a great addition because he's such a skilled player. He's so tremendous. They're already relying on him first time out of the gate. And then you have Shockwave. I mean, this kid is much older than his years. I mean, in terms of the way he approaches the game, his focus, his strategy, he has a ton of respect from everybody in the circuit, not just the members of his team.
Now, you know, out of all the players we constantly speak of for Team Carbon, one player that seems to fall into the shadows is Karma. However, the 18-year-old from Murrieta, California is without a doubt one of the top pros on the circuit. And this season, he's proven to be the best all time in the MLG free-for-all. Despite how easy he makes the FFA look,
you ready?
His ride to the top of the Halo world's been anything but. We spent some time with the free-spirited Karma.
My name is Ben Jackson, aka Karma. I remember the exact day that I thought about how cool it would be if it said you were killed by bad karma. Bad karma wouldn't fit on the tag, so I had to put just Karma.
Karma's dominance in the 1v1 free-for-all gained him fame and fortune, but it also attracted some unwanted attention.
I got made fun of a lot. I didn't care how it looked. I wore a tank top at 300 pounds. online, random people would send me messages about being big. I used to let it bug me a lot. I used to get really angry over it. I kind of realized that if I do good, if I'm nice to people, I'll get good stuff in return.
It was that positive perspective that gave Ben the strength to focus on the things that he could control.
When I first got so self-conscious about my weight, I was like, all right, I need to start losing. And everyone had told me, like, you need to run. The running's the best thing for you right now. After a while, I'll just keep doing that every day. My teammate, Gandhi, gave me a little workout. After I lost like 20 pounds, like that's a huge difference. I was like, this workout's too easy now. He gave me an even harder workout, and now I can do it. And I went from not being able to run for 5 minutes to be able to run 5 to 6 miles at a good pace. Like, I'm in shape. I don't know, I feel good. I feel great.
It's a dream. It's like a dream right now. I'm traveling around the country, getting paid to play video games, and I'm on the top right now. I'm living a dream.
Coming up, can Karma lead Team Carbon to their biggest victory of the season?
I got him.
We'll find out after the break.
All right, what's up, everybody? The name's Karma. I'm gonna teach you about the peak shot. If you really want to embarrass your friends or just destroy someone after you're a few shots down, get behind a wall, line up your aimer with his name, use your left joystick to peek out from the wall, fire, and then move back behind it. Use your left joystick to peek out from the wall, fire, and then move back behind it. Most of the time, you'll kill him without him even hitting you, and that's just embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's mean. So, when you're engaged in a BR battle, use the peak shot.
To learn more about this MLG Pro, as well as other Halo 2 tricks and tips, go to MLGpro.com.
Next time on the MLG Pro Circuit, we head to New York City for the playoffs. Check your local listings.
And welcome back to the Boost Mobile MLG Pro Circuit. Penn Holderness alongside Sundance DiGiovanni and Final Boss on a bit of a tear after going down 4-1 in this championship match.
I would say so. They did exactly what we said Carbon could not let them do. They got the momentum in that ball game. Ogre 1 went huge. He just let them get tons of ball time as he was just slaying Carbon as they came up to try and get it back. And then in that 5th game, Carbon got that cap, and it looked like they were just going to sit back and play defense. Final Boss didn't really make a run at it until near the end of the game. Of course, we saw Gosayami come up amazingly huge, show how important he is. The rest of his teammates are done. He's the last one left, takes Captain Clutch out. Walshy, as he's trying to score, ends the game. Huge play for Carbon, just amazing play.
You can see the emotion there. It's because no one's ever beaten Final Boss in a championship match. And when you look at the scoreboard now, it's 5-4. You only need 6 to win, so they are 1 game away from doing it.
But I guarantee you they don't want to go to 11. They don't want to have it be that Final Boss wins 1 more, and then they have another shot to close it out. They want to do it right here, right now.
It's a bunch of teenagers from across the country. They have come together as a team, and they are psyched.
Come on. All right, let's do this, guys. This is it. This is it, guys. Last game, guys.
Lock it up. Well, at least they hope it's the last game. If they win, it's the last game. Game 6 of the championship match is Team Slayer on midship. The objective of Team Slayer is simple, to kill. The first team to reach 50 kills gets the win. Killing spree. Now, midship is a small, symmetrical map with 4 areas. There's blue base, there's a carbine side, red base, and the pink tower. There is 1 power weapon in the map, it's the sword. Now, controlling the pink tower is key. Look for teams that try to establish control of the pink side with double teams and solid teamwork. In this match, Carbon is the red team, Final Boss is decked in blue, and this is a big one. And we start out on board with team captain Shockwave. He spawns in mid-carbine.
Again, watch both teams to try and push towards pink at some point here. Right now just opening strats, getting set up, trying to get a few kills.
There's Walshy engaging him, gets off a grenade. Oh, and he's stuck Walshy with the grenade.
Nice play there. Again, that's a nice thing to do because it's an instant kill if you get that grenade stuck onto somebody.
I got red.
There's Ogre 2 at red bubble. Oh, he takes him out.
Shot at the end there.
A double shot by Shockwave, certainly worth another look.
Now again, look at this. Ogre's actually got the jump on him. But in a battle like that, normally you're going to lose, especially to Ogre 2, but great at closing out there. Double shot, extremely difficult to pull off. Again, he may go down, but he got Ogre 2 as well. You're trading kills there. That's a good job.
Big one.
Let's get on board now with Ogre 1. He spawned bottom pink. Turns and takes out Gandhi. And goes his meat as well. Final boss making a run.
Yep, look at him. He's trying to head up here, get on top of pink 3. Oh, slips off.
And he runs into Carmen. He's taken out, and Carbon still holding on to a 1-point lead. Let's climb on board with the Rook, Mr. Ghost.
Ghost so far doing a great job on this team. We saw that flag return before. He's just been a tremendous addition to them.
Oh, exchanging melees there with Ogre 1. Ghost stuck his leg.
And that's what I'm talking about right there. Doesn't back down from an Ogre 1. The few people in the league who shows no fear.
Carbon now leading 13-10. There's Sand. He's got the sword, making a lunge. Oh, it didn't work out too well for him. Ghost takes him out, and now he's got the sword.
Now remember, that's the only power weapon on this map. You got that in your back pocket. It's a huge advantage if you get up in an up-close battle. Let's see what Ghost does with it here.
Carbon's up 15-11. Here comes Sand again. Oh, never should have come back for the sword.
There it is, just his own sword. Remember, it's a one-hit kill if you go in for the lunge right there, and that was it.
You see the nades flying.
I need help.
17-13 now. Carbon with a 4-point lead early. That's important.
Carbon, great communication as well. We just heard it a second ago. Ghost calling for help. Oh, it doesn't come to him, though.
Taken out by Ogre 1, but a nice run there by Ghost. And let's take another look at what he did to Saiyan, trying to come back for what was his.
This is a great lunge right here. He pulls it out, waits until the last second, slice and dice, one shot done. Nothing that Saiyan can do with that. You can't defend against the lunge.
Now look at where they are in the pink tower.
Now, while he's doing that, that allows his teammates to slide on top of the tower and take control of it because they're so worried about the sword. They don't see Karma hopping on top and Gandhi and Shockwave setting up. Now they've basically got Pink Tower under control. If they can hold on to this for a while, they should be able to put some distance between themselves and Final Boss.
On board with Shockwave now. He just cleaned up Ogre 1, who had killed Ghost, and he's moving in on Ghost's sword.
Oh, he misses with a lunge.
That's Saiyan. Should have taken him out. Saiyan gets knocked back. A really nice move there.
That was a ridiculous escape right there by Saiyan. I mean, that just should not have happened. It's amazing.
Shockwave respawns. It's 21-18. Carbon still with the lead. And the team captain showing some aggression and also some great long-distance accuracy. Look at him taking out Walshy there.
And again, most importantly, taking over the tower again, holding on to it while his teammates respawn and get back into position.
He kills Saiyan. Saiyan's having a rough go at it.
After he lost that sword, it seems like it's been downhill for him.
25-19, Carbon is halfway there. Down goes Walshy. Shockwave is on fire.
They see Shockwave sweeping from side to side here. Now he's putting some long-range shots in, pulling out a little bit. Might be getting greedy. Oh, he got a little greedy, got taken down.
Yeah, when you're taking long-range shots, you got to watch your back.
Yeah, you got to watch your six, as they say. Saiyan slides up, gets the assassination. That's a one melee death right there.
Stay at pink. Go back to pink. Get back to pink.
Listen to what Walshy's saying.
Get back to pink, please.
It is all about the pink tower. Carbon leading 27-25, but if Final Boss can control the tower, they can make a run. Saiyan's up there. Walshy's trying to come help.
Now you see Walshy's getting pushed back a little bit by Karma right there. They're set up. They could go on a run here if they can control the tower.
But Walshy got pinched by Shockwave there when Karma forced him back.
Now this is the one thing about the tower. If you're not set up perfectly, that can happen is you've got two people up there rather than one on top of pink 3 and one on pink 2. Karma pushes Walshy back over into Shockwave. Both Walshy dies, then eventually Ogre 1 dies, allowing Carbon to take over the tower again. Not exactly what Final Boss had in mind.
Where's Ogre 2 been in all this? Well, let's climb on board and take a look. Bottom pink. Nades at Shockwave.
Again, he sees that Carbon's got it locked down. He's trying to get an angle here. He's moving onto the side of the map to try and get shots that he can put on those players up in the tower.
And he's having a tough time finishing all these kills because he's getting shot at.
Getting shot at by one or two Carbon players every time he pokes his head out. See if he can adjust his strategy a little bit here, maybe find another way to get at them.
Yeah, he gives up on charging pink. He's going to try to flank now. 35-29, Carbon 15 kills away from a championship.
Pick it up, let's go.
Now, as we get closer to that 50 kill mark, you gotta wonder if Final Boss is gonna be able to stay on their stretch. See, Ogre now is on the opposite side of the map, looking to put shots into anybody from Carbon on the map. On the pink side.
35-31 now.
Pink 1 is weak. Pink 1 is weak.
Final Boss making a bit of a run. They're within 3. Ghost, Gandhi across the map, can't finish any of them off. And Shockwave takes him down.
Again, he didn't finish anybody off, but he did a great job moving over there, putting shots on them, allowing his other teammates. So Shockwave, because the tower was so locked down, could slide around behind and take him out from the rear.
We're on board with Shockwave. 39-34. Keep a look at the scoreboard. 10 kills away now.
And Shockwave here, he's hunting, he's listening to his teammates, call out location.
Listen to the level of communication right now for both teams. They need this game. Both of them do over 2. Waits and beats him down.
7 more.
Oh, that was nice and patient there.
Triple X, you hear him yelling 7 more. Walshy takes out Shockwave. Let's climb on board with Gandhi. He's had a quiet game so far.
Gandhi's been a little slow getting going, but at the very end here, you know, if he catches fire, it could make the difference, basically.
He's sneaking into blue base from below, and there's Saiyan, and Saiyan is meat. 46-38, 4 more kills. Carbon can taste it.
Come on, guys. We can do this.
Carbon's communication amazing right here. Triple X doing a great job.
He just beat down Saiyan. 1 more kill. And they just got to hunt down 1 final boss.
And I guarantee you they will swarm for that kill. They're coming out of Pink Tower.
Saiyan in the middle, wide open. Oh, he's done.
Wow. Team Carbon just pulled up the ultimate upset right there. That is the final boss. A team that is not supposed to lose going down. Wow, that's just amazing gameplay, amazing coaching.
50-41. For the first time, we got another team on top of the podium, and it's Carbon. Look at the stats here.
You know, a lot of people said that this day would never come, that final boss could not be beaten. But Karma, Gandhi, Ghost, and Shockwave, they have to be so amazingly proud of themselves. They played an incredible series, came back, and held on. Phenomenal work.
Final boss packs up, Carbon celebrates.
I thought it was going to take us about 2 tournaments to joke good with Ghost Ayami, but first tournament, we play amazing together, and we just beat FB in the finals, and I've never felt any better.
I'm so happy right now. I just can't describe it. It's like the greatest feel I've ever had. I mean, to dethrone like the kings of Halo 2 just feels great, and I'm happy.
So what does all this mean? When we come back, we'll find out.
The Boost Mobile Major League Gaming Pro Circuit. Powered by Xbox.
Welcome back to the Boost Mobile MLG Pro Circuit. The regular season here in Orlando is finished, and boy did it end with a bang. Final boss goes down for the first time this season, losing to Team Carbon 6-4 in a stunning defeat. After the match, Walshy spoke up.
I'm not very happy at all right now. It's first loss in probably a year and a few months, so we're not used to losing. We'll see him back in the finals, hopefully.
And that is without a doubt a Walshy we have yet to see this season. Looks a little flustered, and as we roll into the playoffs, it begs the question, you know, whose shoes would you rather be in? Would you rather be final boss, who dominated the league for a year and a half, or Carbon, who just won its first tournament?
I think you have to say Carbon. The way that they took final boss down, doing something a lot of people said would never happen, and doing it handily, Carbon gets my vote.
So up next, the playoffs in New York City. 156 teams go to the playoffs. Only 8 teams get to go to the championship in Las Vegas. The first 7 of those teams are all locked up, but they're going to be playing next week for that final spot. Who's going to be the lucky one to get the ticket to Vegas?
I got to go with either FBI or Vanity Gaming. These are 2 teams that have got a lot of momentum right now. A lot of people think Vanity's got it locked up because they've been on such a run, but FBI has some guys who've been around for a little while who have the skill and the ability and the history of playing in this league for a little while, so I think they might take that 8th spot, actually. I'm going to pick them. Another
Intriguing team that's sort of just coming into their own out there. Legends made their debut this weekend and did pretty well.
Yeah, Legends, a great little, great team to talk about because this is a mix of former Straight Rippin' and Carbon players and some guys who've been kicked around a little bit, coming together and doing much better than expected. Some said they wouldn't get top 16. They got top 8. I think they might go on a little bit of a run here and surprise some people, but we're going to have to wait and see, obviously.
Well, Big Apple, here we come. The playoffs start next week, and that's it for now in Orlando. The Scion Player of the Week for the Orlando tournament is Kyle Elam, gamertag Elamite Warrior. He led his team Vanity Gaming to a career-best 5th place finish and placed 10th in the championship free-for-all. Congrats to Elamite Warrior, the Scion Player of the Week. To learn more about this pro, go to MLGpro.com.
It's playoff time. 7 teams are locked. Which team will claim the 8th spot? We'll find out in New York City.
Plus, can Final Boss get back on top? Or is Team Carbon the new powerhouse of the MLG?